So I feel a special kinship and desire to help people who have been labeled generalists, who have like multiple interests and they're not quite sure how to put them together in something that society will respect. So all along the way, at every stage of my education and training and career, there have been people who have said to me like, Heather, you are spreading yourself way too thin. You must specialize. You're never going to succeed if you try to do all these things. You have to give them up. You have to choose one thing. They've said that to me the whole time. And I think that there are some people who get sucked into that and they're like, oh, okay, I guess I really just have to choose one thing. And maybe depending on like the type of person or the situation you're in, there's nothing wrong with specialization if that's what you want to do. But we can't all be specialists. We need generalists, which I'm calling them generalists, but it's not even really generalists. They're people who connect the different disciplines together, who really integrate them, who live and think in the intersections, in the gray areas. We need these people to be part of teams, to ask the questions that nobody's asking, to translate between disciplines, to notice when something's missing, to notice when a perspective is missing, to bring forward new ideas. So we really need this perspective. And what I would like to see, and I try to do in my own mentorship, is enable people who are naturally inclined to bridge multiple disciplines and sectors and be integrative, to help them see there is a path for you. You can even create your own path, and that's okay. So when you're someone who is bridging disciplines, really going for that gray area, the likelihood is that you're going to try a lot of stuff that doesn't work out. Or maybe it does work out, but it's going to take a little more time to develop and maybe a little more explanation for people to understand what you're doing. And so this is one of the things that we need to think about in our institutions, is how do we support that process? Because we all want innovation. We all want new things. But are we willing to support the people and that sometimes convoluted, messy, hard to tell what's going on at first process that's required to really get there and really make those huge breakthroughs? We need to think about, how do we support people to be able to do that? It might mean that some people, if you're doing something that you're iterating on a known process, maybe you can get out a whole bunch of publications. But in that same time period, somebody who's doing something really new and experimental, maybe they don't get any, or maybe they get one at the end of a long time. So we need to be thinking about these metrics of success, and are there other metrics that we can create that are more suitable for people who are exploring the intersections of disciplines? It's really important to have some sources of funding that are willing to take risks and that really encourage diverse teams. Because by incentivizing having a diverse team, then you bring these different disciplines and perspectives together, and then maybe you have the chance to do something really powerful that, unfortunately, if you are awarding grants based on like recent successes, or because you have a very particular idea of what you think the end product is going to be, maybe it's successful in those terms that you set up, but you're not going to get that unexpected discovery that just is a complete game changer. Or at least it's less likely that you'll get that. I think the real magic happens when you get those diverse teams together, and there's a lot of freedom to play and explore and discover. Receiving the recognition by not only being able to attend the NACV conference, but then also receiving grants afterward was incredibly validating for my perspective that it is important to be bridging disciplines. And that platform actually helped me to demonstrate, yes, there's real value to these perspectives. And so I'm really hoping to share that with other people, extending on the NACV vision beyond just that NACV experiment, but going on into these other projects that's carrying on the NACV vision.